Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the show Deen Duniya. This is a program where we're going to be talking about issues around us. Things that our youths, our imams, our parents find uncomfortable to talk about it, maybe because of shyness, culture, traditions. But I think the religious, social, and the national growth of our youth rest on our shoulders, and we need to do something about it. These issues are around us, so we need to bring them onto the table and discuss it. In the course of this program, in different episodes, we're going to be talking to you about these issues one by one and find solutions to it. So today, we have one issue, which is living a life of purpose for you. My name is Rahma Goni, and I have with me
Habiba Abdullah, Assalamu alaikum.
And Abdul Rashid Abdul Fattah.
So if you hear the topic, living a life of purpose, what comes to your mind first? We all know as Muslims, the purpose of our living in this world is to worship Allah. It is mentioned in the Quran clearly. But if you want to worship Allah, you need to put some things in place that is going to lead you to worship Him properly. You need to have the knowledge first. You need to have hopes that will keep you living. You need to have clear goals, aspirations, and visions. Because if you do not have all these things, you will feel like, I'm just existing in this world. I'm not actually living. But the problem is sometimes some people might have these clear goals, but then they do not have confidence in themselves. So if you lack confidence, you feel like you don't have the capacity to actually do these things.
What we're saying is our life purpose consists of the central motivating aims of our lives. Something that keeps you going every day. In the morning you wake up and then you try that you want to be somebody or you want to achieve certain things. Well, for me as a person, what works for me is I set my passion, you understand? Then integrate my passion and then set my goals. And then whatever I'm doing is, of course, I won't forget the virtues, personal motivating virtues that would actually lead me to that right path, the nudge or the inspiration that I could draw out to be a landmark or a road to where I am heading.
It comes in two ways. There are some of us that know what we want to do, and there are some of us that don't even have any idea where we are going to. Like you said, we're just existing, we're not living. So to now find that purpose is now the problem now is now that people don't really know exactly what they want to do. People don't really know exactly what they are striving for in life because they're just going every day. Some call it sleep and eat again or something like that. But you're just living, you're just going each day, every day. You don't really have something that motivates you to actually get up each day, what it takes to get you to where you want to be. And that is a huge issue that we really have to do something about, because when you think of it, you cannot get that greatness that we all want without first starting somewhere. So you need to take that first step.
I think sometimes people remain confused, like you mentioned, eating and sleeping. Okay, we're humans. We get tired of the same routine every day. But if you look at it in a way that, okay, whatever I do in this world, since my living here is I want to worship Allah. Look at it that, okay, if I eat food and nourish myself, it means I'm worshiping Allah because my body is an amana to me. If I go to work, I earn a living and then I give out charity, it means I'm worshiping Allah. So it means you have a direction, you have a focus that is going to make you pursue whatever you want to do.
So there is a general huge direction.
Yeah.
It just depends on which path you wish to take to
I think even personal acts of virtue could lead you into what you're looking for. You see, what we're saying is whatever you're doing in life, it needs to be, no matter how it is, how intense or proper, you need to believe that there is a bigger purpose. You need to be tied down to your faith. It has to be tied down to your faith. I cannot overemphasize it. You need to believe there's a bigger calling. Yes. Our time here, we're put on earth for a certain period of time. Our time here is short, and every day we face the same truth that life is fleeting. So we must live our life in a way that is according to our faith, so that we could actually meet that purpose we've been desperately seeking for.
And that, like what you said, there's a bigger force surrounding it. You can't take one extent of it and leave one extent. Like you cannot just pray and expect that things will come by themselves, and you cannot
That's
just
a
keep on
misconception
working.
people have.
You can't keep on working without praying about it. You have to pray about it. So it's like they say, do your best and leave the rest to God. You know, you really need to get up and do something.
Obviously, you need a nudge.
Again, in addition to having intention or tying it to faith, you know, one of the most important things in Islam is having sincerity. This ikhlas, it's tough. Because you cannot get the help of Allah if you're not sincere.
You cannot even underestimate it.
Yeah. And you know, people are different. You might have the clear goals, you have your focus, you have whatever you do. But some people need a certain push from others. They need coaching, you know. They cannot actually kickstart things on their own. But unfortunately, if you meet people that would like to take advantage of you, seeing that you put the power in their hands, they might hold whatever
validation from them.
They'll hold it back, and then you sabotage you and you remain stranded.
And you keep on waiting for permission from them to actually live your life. And like you said, lack of sincerity actually just causes short-term contentment. Like you might do something without really being sincere about it, and you're happy for what, a few hours, a week,
and then it goes
then
away.
later on it goes away, and you're like, you don't really feel it anymore. You don't feel, you know, sometimes you look back at your past accomplishments and you still get that dopamine of happiness, of accomplishment. But those things that lack sincerity, you sometimes even begin to feel bad about it, and it makes it worse on its own. You begin to feel like you haven't really done anything, and so that purpose
you've not done it the right way. Or
Exactly.
something is missing.
Something is just missing, and
you know, it's funny. We're in a world of social media now. People looking at what's going on. You know, you might not even know why these people are doing it. Or it's actually true. Like people going to nice places to take photos, uploading them, and you're now confused and you're distressed.
You really want to.
You don't like your life anymore.
You want to embrace a fake life, a fake personality. You want to become.
We call it cloud chasing.
Exactly. My main concern is people always think that the only light worth seeking is the limelight. That you have to be somebody, or you have to be popular for people to see you, or to believe in your businesses, or in the work you do, or the acts of charity you do. You know, you don't need all that kind of validation. We're stuck in that time loop that we just feel that is just the same circle that we revolve around. Take for example in marriages, the way we compare I call it Instagram weddings. The way we compare it is insane. Some people would use their last couple. We tend to plan the wedding, not the marriage like itself. People use their last money to just invest in a wedding. Just for what? Social media. And then you finish the marriage, you come back, you're penniless, you'll be paying debt.
You know,
you don't even have something.
You see this marriage, like you said, Instagram weddings, you see it, and in the next 3 hours, I mean, you swiped away,
the next thing will come, it's a trend.
Yeah, and it's better than yours.
Exactly, it is so
competitive.
It's so competitive. You're like, what's the point of doing something so little, something so what do they call it? Like I say, not inadequate, but something that doesn't hold so much value.
You spend money on another thing. Even the wedding food. Let me tell you, like me, my own wedding, I didn't even eat my wedding food. You just entertain people for what? And then I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate. You understand, of course, marriage, but at the same time, you should think that marriage is a lifetime commitment. You know, a faith. She's constantly asking us how far we're going to do. It's not what we're seeing, the way we're doing. It's not a bed of roses. It has its good, bad, and ugly memories and all that. So you can't seek validation or try to compare with other people. So they might have the most trending wedding, and then they have an awful marriage life.
And you see people start telling you that they're tired of life.
And then after a while, you just hear divorce all around.
Even about the marriage. There's this story that one guy, he wanted to marry someone. You know, he has a humble beginning or something like that. He's trying. But then later on, all this late comer of the thing, someone came and he actually wanted to take away that girl from him because he spends money on her. he takes care of her, and she claims that he knows how to take care of a woman more than this guy.
Okay.
But it apparently means that, okay, this other guy is richer than
Exactly. That's
and the guy tries
highest
to commit
leader.
That's where your
suicide.
priority is coming. What priorities do you have to get to your goals?
But
What
for
are
him, he
those
wanted to commit
things?
suicide because she left him. So does that mean that he doesn't have purpose? The purpose was just to get married to her?
That's why I said everything we do needs to be tied to our feet. I think for him that did not happen. That means everything you're going through in life is preparing for the things you ask for, because God already has the plan from the even beginning of creation. We know that, okay, even the partners, people, what is meant to be will be your number. So maybe someone better is out there. That is meant to. If they said like in the House of Proverbs, if I want to say you understand, you're going to meet. There's somebody that is there for you at some point. So if you have that faith, it would have told you that she's not meant to be. There were people that were supposed to get married to, or something happened along the way, and a lot of us ended up with the people we never thought we were even going to get married to. Someone just came out of nowhere and you got married.
But see that concept of what will happen, what is for you will never miss you, and what is not for you will miss you. Yeah, that thing people really misunderstand it. When you think about it, you feel like, okay, today I okay, for example, if you know your destiny or something, I'd be like, you're supposed to eat rice today. Let's just leave it at basic level. You cannot sit in bed all day and expect that what is going to come to you will come for you. Even if you were talking about this marriage aspect, you cannot just stay at home and feel like the husband or the wife will
No,
come.
definitely now. We are not saying
You have to do something about it. I'm just saying, because some people just feel like what's meant for me. And you see these quotes all over social media, and the idea behind it, people aren't really getting it. You cannot stay and wait for things to just come to you. Yes, there's a proverb that says, if you don't happen, you shouldn't allow things to happen to you. If you don't happen to things, things will happen to you. And when things happen, they are not always good. So you need to find that that push, that motivation to get you out there, to happen to things, to give you that feeling of